Good morning, and thank you for coming to our Q&A call Wednesday, actually Tuesday at 11. So excited to have you here. I'm going to tell you all the goodies you're going to be getting today, and I hope that you already received your workbook for today. It'll help you and guide you as I'm coaching you through. Really focus in on why we need a daily ritual. What does that do? And it really focuses in on losing the diabetic belly. So along with the stress, all the research out there, we're trying to calm the system, really gather the things that we need to do to keep ourselves in balance. Daily ritual is one of the biggest components of having a very successful day. So you are in the right place with me if you feel like you're ready to hit the reset button to a fresher approach with results. Ready to have increased clarity in how to calm the mind so that you have increased control and balance of your daily hectic schedule. You're in the right place with me if you're ready to feel like you can naturally take a deep breath instead of gulping for air, trying to swim to the surface of stress. You're in the right place if you're wanting to get results and ridding the diabetic belly. All these are layers that come into what brings us into having a situation where we're overly tired, overly overwhelmed with our day-to-day stuff, and the daily ritual is a great way to get yourself going. Welcome, my name is Rhonda Liebig. Getting to know me as a health coach. I'm also an author, and this is my family. We love the ocean and we love being outside. And what's funny though is my background is accounting, and my husband is also a CPA, and he is has been doing it for a while. So he's a CFO, and he's working at a place that has it's called like a dog hotels. It's kind of an upper end, and he's overseeing their operations and doing their accounting for them and much more, of course. And so him and I both used he still does, but I used to, we used to be inside all day, work, 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 staring at the computer screen and just focused in on numbers and, and legal stuff and what else not comes with being an accountant. But our favorite thing is really being outside. So this is us being crazy and having a great time. And yeah, so it's really a wonderful thing to be able to have this business that's really did a transformation in our family. And I'll talk more about that because anytime you're with me, I want you to really see that these true results are coming from the things that I'm coaching weekly at 11 o'clock. And we're at Pacific time, so it's depending on where you are. And that each time you take a step forward into really committing directly to yourself is going to give you big leaps and bounds of results of the people around you. And so the kiddos and my husband Jeff, we really have the best relationship as a family unit than we've ever had, and it seems to be getting stronger. And just like any other family, we have our flexes too. Sometimes we're higher stressed, and sometimes things don't go as smoothly as we wanted. But for the most part, with the things that I'm going to share with you today are things that we're adding into our life deeper in as we go, layers, because we're all at different levels as into our health. And so it just depends on where you are right now and what is important to you. So you're with me and talking specifically about what direction you're going to go with your daily ritual. So let's get to know me a bit here. I have been around for quite a long time. I've been in the health industry for over 15 years. And just cumulatively, I've been doing things that have really helped and support women in dealing with diabetes, and I've been able to be in the health industry and really becoming more and more of a leader as the years have been going on. And I've been a #1 best-selling author on Amazon for the Fit Solution. I blog and I talk about things that, just from learning from the latest research. And I spend a lot of time researching because with health stuff, things change constantly because there's so much money out there that is happening in specific areas of anti-aging, decreasing the stress, since we're a go-go family. And so I do stuff like this, top eating myths you probably believe, 4 of them. And so that you'll find that on my blog. And then also I am in the media. I've done Channel 40 and I've gone to LA and I've done Orgina Rose show. I do a lot of virtual interviews also. And I just keep it real and really allow people to know that everybody, just like me myself also, that we get very stressed, and sometimes if we're not focused in on our health journey, we keep sabotaging ourselves by saying we don't have enough time to take care of ourselves. But by the time that you're done, you realize that you could have more energy. So that's what I do on the circuit here, and just basically getting interviewed by different people because of my book, or because I have some things that the news is finding that's quality that they want to have on their show. Also working with individuals and groups. The person that I wanted to highlight today is my client Michaela, and she's been with me for over 5 months, but there was really all of a sudden a focus happened for her where she just centered herself in why she was working with me and what she needed to do to make changes. And I do have a YouTube channel, so we did a video together just talking about that. And she's one of my youngest clients. She's 18 years old, but most of my clients are usually between the age of 40 and 60. But just within these 5 months, last 5 months, that she's lost 19 pounds, and the total inches has been crazy, 11.25 total inches on her whole body, and her body fat went down 6%, which is crazy. And so these things that she did, a lot of it has to do with just connecting with her journey, and for you too, and really learning about how to add specific things. And today we're talking about daily ritual to help challenge the things that you're doing right now to things that you can change. So her success was portion control, clearing mental sabotages, working out, changing food choices, and commitment to herself. And the commitment to herself was a big thing because before she came in here, her original time when she first came in, she was not fully 100% in, and then just all of a sudden something shifted. This past year, my focus has gone into the diabetic area because I came to a realization that I've been coaching like a diabetic coach, where my focus was really on the insulin levels in your body and how that reacts to, having too high of insulin with having your body not being able to lose weight, with having insulin that's going to make your body sluggish, with having the belly and all that. And we were coming up on my dad's anniversary, August 28th, and my dad passed away at a very young age. He was only 57, and my dad had diabetes. And I started, on the time of his anniversary, I started really evaluating, like this push, this intensity I have in wanting to help people with better decisions, is I wish that my dad was here right now so I could, support him deeper and really teach him about these day-to-day things that you can do to really release the stress and being able to get lighter stress throughout your body for your circulation without changing your cells and making them healthier so they're not toxic. And when he was alive, he was working out every day, but he wasn't eating well, and he was taking his insulin. So he was doing, the day-to-day insulin shots, and he was doing fine. He thought that he was doing exactly what he should be doing, and that didn't realize that there was more to it. But working out is wonderful for you, but if you just don't have everything together, it just doesn't work altogether. So today we're going to talk about this daily ritual to get you connected with how you're feeling and how you want to make those changes. So the latest research out there, I get a lot of the information from American Diabetes Association because they're doing a lot of research on what's happening with our system and how we're supporting diabetics, and then what's happening with the population. And they're estimating that a third of the people that are diabetic right now are actually not aware that they have diabetes. So the people that have diabetic symptoms, they may be ignoring it, and I'll show you a slide in a little bit here, but they may be ignoring it and not even realize that, if you're going to the bathroom quite a bit, if you're thirsty a lot, if your body weight is fluctuating like crazy, decreasing weight or increasing is like extreme, that you should be going to the doctor and getting checked out, because you can be living with diabetes for quite a long time before you actually are aware of it. So they're saying that 10% of our population has been diagnosed with, or has not been diagnosed. So in total, they're estimating 10% of our population has diabetes. And they're also talking about that diabetes was the 7th leading cause of death in the United States. And that is crazy, because it's actually moving up, and we are increasing the stats on the people that have diabetes, and it's increasing quite a bit every year. And it has to do a lot, with our go, go, go kind of attitude, and we feel like we have to keep up on everything. And so let's just start the discussion today. Let's get in a little bit more information and talk about what's happening for your body and some of the things that you have to be aware of for your insides. But we really want to get where we're feeling like our aging factor is decreased when we start adding these things, because the stress in our body actually ages our cells and changes the way our cells look. It says that it changes our DNA. So we want to start clearing that up. We want to start taking control. And we also want to eat to increase skinny. To me, that is the way I'm saying, let's slim it up. Let's get into this daily ritual so we're not overeating or overly thinking things to where our body just starts bloating up. Because that anxiety increases our waistline. We want to get a hold of the stress that we have. Also, decreased stress factor. Today is specifically focused on how am I going to handle the stress in my life? And that is daily ritual. When you start looking at just how everything flows through your body, and I spend quite a bit of time as a health coach, and doing research on just how different organs get affected by different issues in the body. And when I was going to my health coaching school, which is the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, it's located in New York. It's known as one of the top #1 nutrition schools in the world. And what they had us really focus in on is the digestion process and how things can wreak havoc in different parts of your body. So if you're eating your food that's high in sugar, which would be even bread that's going to dissolve real quick, so any of the whites, the sugar, the bread, then it fries, then it's going to increase your insulin level, and then you start having where your pancreas is working overtime. And this is what helps you have your energy, is the insulin is what allows the sugar to get in the cell. And if you're overworking the pancreas, you're going to have to really come down to realizing that you don't want your organs overworking, because that gets you foggy in the head, that gets your body not feeling well. You have double the chance of having a heart attack when you are diabetic, or you have the same chance of having a heart attack as someone who has already had a heart attack. So it's another way of saying that. Also, your kidneys is a water organ, and it really needs the circulation and the fluids to come through so that it doesn't overwork. It's going to affect your energy, and it's going to bloat you up. You're going to find that by the time you're done with your day, that your body's going to be extremely bloated up. Sometimes your body may not even lose its bloat because it's all of a sudden so tired that it's constantly working overtime, and you're going to notice a big difference in your energy, just feeling tired, anxious, not dealing with life well at all. You can be with diabetes for 10 years before you even know that you have diabetes. I just found this out the other day, and I was talking to my husband about this is crazy, how we're just not aware of our symptoms and how much pain we're in until we start healing. And when you start having feelings like that you just are not feeling well, and it's just kind of a regular process. I've heard many ladies say it's just because I'm aging, or, oh, I just don't feel good because I'm getting older. But the truth really is that your body does get more sensitive as you get older because, just the wear and tear. But once you start adding and implementing new things, you'll find that your body's not doing what it's doing because it's getting older. It's doing that because you're not giving it a chance to heal itself. So if you're feeling symptoms like diabetic symptoms, but your doctor is saying that you're okay, catch it before your A1C is at a situation where it's extremely high, and then all of a sudden you're diabetic or pre-diabetic and you're dealing with 4 or 5 things of medicine a day. So you don't want to be living in medicine. So let's start talking about, how to change that up. If you're here for the right reasons, that means that you're ready and consistently feeling your pain of, I just need to make some changes. That you feel like you're 100% ready to make some new things, add some new things in your life. You're here if you really are into the holistic way of health, and you haven't tried it yet, but you know that you're ready to make changes and you're ready to try something new to see if you can get some results, then I'm the coach for you today, and we're going to get right into what all this daily ritual means. And if you're feeling like I never got out of bed motivated, meaning that you are feeling like when you're in bed you're not feeling very motivated to do the things on my list because the sheer bulk brought me down, I was actually stressed before the day had even started. So this is one of my clients and one of their quotes saying that they never felt good to get out of bed because it brought them into overwhelm. It made them feel like they didn't even have enough energy to even face it. If you ever feel like that, you are in the right place. And this is your choice of adding a daily ritual. I know that your schedule is very busy, and I love that you're here with me. So let's get into it. Before we do, I want to spend some time just talking about Nancy. Nancy is a great, wonderful person, very spunky. I love this client. It's really fun to hang out and talk with her. But she said, thank you for educating me on making healthy choices and explaining how that makes me feel more fit, healthy, and better capable of taking care of my body. And then the quote, there's no such thing as being too busy. I just think that's such a sabotage when you say that. If you really want something, you'll make time for it. Have you ever had somebody in your life where you just keep saying, oh, I don't have time, I don't have time. And then somebody who you really want to spend time with, all of a sudden you have time. So the sabotage is that you're saying, I'm not stepping fully into it. Sometimes it's because you're overly tired and you're feeling like I don't have the time to even start anything new because my life is already overwhelmed. I'll tell you what, let's step into a daily ritual so that you can really get in and make some big changes just by doing just a few minutes every day. Let's get into what is really important to you. Your daily ritual, it's going to help you with focus. So I want to tell you another person that has a daily ritual, how they felt before. My focus shifted from the positive to the negative, from where I was to where I desperately wanted to be. I was not in the now. I was always one impossible to-do list away from being happy and where. So this person that had everything going, lots of energy, all of a sudden, a busy life, and things really got to them where they went from positive to negative. So what's going to happen is a daily ritual for you is going to be able to pull that and separate you from your energy and feeling overwhelmed, because you're going to feel like you have control over your day by adding a daily ritual. Now, this daily ritual, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it's going to be. I'm going to have you build it while you're with me and we're together discussing this. So in your sheet, you have 4 questions. And before you read into it and start answering them, I want to coach you and kind of get into vision of how you're going to be doing this. First question is, are you doing a daily ritual right now that is driven for results? Give you a more indicator of what I'm working with here and trying to explain. Sometimes we have daily rituals where we'll get up in the morning and we'll eat and we'll read the newspaper or we'll look on the internet and then we'll go get ready and then that's it. That can work for some people. Maybe if that is something that you're not doing right now and you're thinking, I need to have an organized way so I can be calm in the morning. But usually what that means for the driven for results is that you're doing something to set your day up or set your evening up for specific results. If you're starting your morning ritual instead of doing an evening ritual, then it's going to be where you feel like you need to get yourself organized, and it may be just the calming of the mind, so then you have brain clarity. And that would be perfect for somebody to have a morning ritual if you're one that really jumps out of bed and is ready to go and spry. But then you'll notice that your brain is just a little bit more chaotic. And so that's when you'll want to have the morning ritual. A night ritual would be that you just feel anxious at night. And you feel like you're not ready to go to bed, but you know that you need to get your sleep, but you're afraid to close your eyes because all this stuff is, is basically wreaking havoc in what you're thinking and how you're approaching things. And that's where you'll want to do a nightly ritual. We'll talk more about that. But each ritual needs to have driven results. Why are you doing it? And as I started doing research when I was starting to work with my clients and putting rituals together, I really started realizing that all these successful people are basically like have their daily ritual, which would be my favorite coach out of my school, which is Andrea Beeman. There's a couple of coaches that are out there on the internet that are business coaches, bringing in quite a bit of money. And they all have morning rituals, and they really talk a lot about how the morning or evening ritual is very important to get yourself going, driven for results. When do you have the most focused energy? Is it in the morning you're ready to jump and go and get going? Or are you slow at that point? Is it the night where you are feeling like after dinner that you're just revving up and you just have all this energy and you just can't unwind? And this is going to help you decide on where you should have your ritual. Where's the point right now? It can shift as time goes on, but where you're working right now in your energy will help you decide on where you should have your ritual, why you want your ritual. Again, if you decide that your energy is higher, more peaked in the morning, you're going to you think clearer, but that you have a lot of stuff spinning in your mind. That's the perfect time to have your morning so you can set your day up, and that's a perfect one to lead with today. If you are in extreme high stress, the night one may be better for you because it's going to help you with losing the stress that you have from the day that gives you anxiety where you can't sleep at night. Where is your most focused energy, your high energy? If you do not have energy in any of this time right here where you're feeling like you're in a slump at all times, believe me, I did have some clients like that and they transition. But that can happen where you're feel like almost like an adrenal fatigue, and bam, you really you can't find any extra energy, then it would be just where you want to add it, morning or night. Now, what your commitment is today. Remember when we first came in and I was talking about, like, are you at the right place? This is the kind of results you're going to get. We need to now shift it into reality. And this is kind of the FIT approach that I like to do, where it's called the FITT approach. And it's a combination of being very realistic about how you're going to add it. First thing is really understanding your pain and that you need to make some shifts. And we're focused on the diabetic belly, that there's a lot that happens when your body is off balance. Your insulin goes up really high. There's extra insulin in your body. It overworks your body to be having this extra insulin in your body. So then your belly becomes bigger than you would like it. So we want to decrease that just by adding 15 minutes. And that's going to be in your morning or afternoon. And what this is going to do for you is these 15 minutes are going to increase your energy, balance your mood, balance the focus in your mind. You're going to have less brain fog. And as you connect more with it, it's going to help you make better choices. Because the choices that you make right now is just cumulatively bad choices that you've made because of just being overly stressed. So if you're choosing the wrong foods, choosing the wrong friends, choosing the wrong surroundings that are really going to help you, commit for 15 minutes. What works for your calendar? If you usually leave at 7 in the morning and you need an hour, then 5:45 would be the time that you would get up and start your ritual for 15 minutes. And that's all I'm asking for today. Remember, we start in different layers. This is a good layer to start, just 15 minutes. So then we're on our fourth question, and this is where you do your exercises, more of deciding on what's going to happen. So this is where you choose your ritual. So for here, I want you to put if it's morning or evening. I know you already did that, but this is what's going to help really build your one area of explaining what your morning ritual is going to be. Then also from there, put a comma, and I want you to put down what time. And this is in reality terms of what time you're going to be doing this ritual. Is it morning time? Is it evening? Where are you going to be able to commit to yourself, and you will do it with just having 15 minutes additionally added so that you can have more energy, decrease the diabetic belly. And you're going to then put in what your ritual is going to be. So let me give you an example from working with clients over the years of what really works for them. But I want you to make this your personal step or steps that you're going to be doing to get yourself into a position where you're ready to be doing this ritual. That you're saying, I'm going to get up at 5:45 in the morning, or I'm going to start at 7 o'clock at night to start doing something that's going to help me for the rest of the night and be able to help with me sleeping. Because sleeping is important too. That's how you gather and heal your body. This is an example of what I would see in a morning ritual. That you're going to get up, take a couple cycles of breaths, just relax the body. Even though this is the point where you have more energy, just those couple of breaths are going to give you even more energy, but it's going to be balanced and focused. And I've seen where this is the time where clients have done some exercises where they're just reaching for their toes and breathing. And after they've kind of done some stretching, it's opening up their body, and their mind is starting to become more balanced, because instead of in the mode of go, 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 that this is a focused ritual of why you're doing it and what the results you want to get out of it. Morning time would be that you want to balance, you want to be able to be really driven, but in a focused way. And then I would go and open up my journal. from what I've seen that really works, and putting in 3 things that you're grateful for. So you see what we just did? We took a couple breaths, we reached for our toes, then we came into opening up the journal, and you have 15 minutes set aside. So it doesn't mean that you don't have time to do it. It means you have 15 minutes to do whatever you want. And in that space of time, I want you to bring something to your heart that's going to tell you that that you're writing to yourself of what you're grateful for. What are you grateful for? What are the 3 things that are going to have you in a state of just happiness, at least for a moment? Just grabbing the 15 minutes and just being in there with yourself and putting that down. So I just gave you a layout of an idea of how a morning ritual can be. Your morning ritual could be that. Your morning ritual could be that you have a bath in the morning, because that's where it's calming. Nobody comes and bothers you, and you just keep your center and focus. The warm bubbles in the water just make you relaxed and focused. What is it that you need to add if you're doing a morning ritual? Let's go to the evening. If you have an evening ritual, you want to add a ritual in because you're having a hard time sleeping, because you're having a hard time disconnecting from your life, because life is really busy right now, then I want you to connect with something that's going to work for you. So first off, make sure that you put the time that you're going to do it, and then also for both sides, morning and evening, is the results that you're trying to get out of it. The results you're trying to get. Okay, so an idea of an evening would be, again, like I said, in the morning, a bath. Well, evening for a bath is wonderful. It's going to make the aches in your body go away. I'd use some Epsom salt and maybe stretch for your toes, just kind of open up your back and relax. From there, you can write in your journal. You can even do it in the bath. You just have to be careful not to get wet, of course, or take a bath, get out of the tub and relax. Give yourself that space just to write your gratitude. So it came down for morning and evening is the same thing of writing. The more that you can write about something that is important to you, something that makes you feel special, something that you are grateful for, it makes changes in the way that your mind works. Your mind has to practice with the gratitude and feeling positive. And the more that you are aware of the positive, the more your brain you have to work that brain muscle, the positive muscle, and it brings you into that positive center focus. The other day I was talking to a family member, and we were discussing how stressed everything, how stressful life was, and how things were not going like they wanted it to. And it was very interesting because we started talking about let's have you implement this daily ritual, and let's go from there. And it's fun watching people make these changes, because even though you may not be able to connect with it right now, if it feels like it's just kind of like one of those things that are kind of out there, I want you to at least try this for a week. And if you try this for a week, and you're really stepping into it, and you're here, as I stated above, of all those reasons and the results that you're trying to get, you will notice that there's going to be a direct connection with the way your mind thinks, and the way that you're breathing, and the way that you focus. And when you feel that you're important and that you can take care of yourself this way, instead of searching for something else to calm you down, just the calming and being in control of your day is what all of a sudden translate into big successes. So if you're in your day and you're feeling insecure about your workload and what's happening, or you're running your business and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, it's not as easy as I thought, I'll tell you what, this is a very powerful process in really bringing these steps together, because it helps you feel like you're able to conquer what you want and need to. So we were talking about from the top of what your daily ritual is, if you have one, and the ritual has to be driven for results. But by the time we got to 4, did you find a ritual that worked for you, that the reason why You're putting your ritual together. We talked about the reason for morning. We talked about the reason for evening. It can be threaded anywhere through your day. I've coached on, setting a timer for certain specific things that happen so that your body feels more relaxed. So it just depends on what you're specifically dealing with and internalizing what is happening and how you need to adjust, because we're our best people to really ourselves to really know what's happening. Sometimes we ask other people, but if we really stop and really listen to ourselves, it is a wonderful thing, because that's where you start learning about how to take care of yourself. So with driven results, you chose your based on energy, based on night. If your energy is too high and you're not able to calm, you've already stated, I'm going to be doing 15 minutes, and the ritual is going to be this. In this last area, this is where you did the most writing, where you brought all those questions together. And if you're not connected with this, try the morning or the evening ritual that I gave you. Because then, if you haven't done this before, it may be very confusing. So this gives you a chance to try something new. And again, what I was saying here, try it for 5 days. It'd be very good. Try it for 5 days. And if you like all this stuff about having a morning ritual, about decreasing that diabetic belly by calming the system, I want to welcome you in to Fit Camp. The stuff that I'm doing, the way I'm coaching, is what you get with the 2-week jumpstart, where you get focused in and having a special Facebook group. It's private, with having specific coaching times with me in a virtual group. You can ask as many questions as you want, but your workbooks that you get are just driven for results based on sabotages that have stopped us from doing what we want to do. We sometimes dream about things like, I would love to be doing this, but I just don't have enough confidence. It's not going to work for me because of something. Then I want you to really step into it, that you need some sabotage clarity to really learn how to approach your day so you don't allow your sabotages stop you or make you feel negative about yourself. In here, you're also learning about how your cells are being overly aged just by the foods that you're eating and the stress. So then you have a ritual that happens every day as you're in the 2-week jumpstart, but it gives you that jumpstart to get yourself moving. So then also it gives you a chance to change up your foods while you're with me too for these 2 weeks. This is where you're going to learn how to really slim your body by just being able to listen to your energy and the foods that you're eating. And it's like a self-discovery session each time, because when you first come in, you have a general master grocery list. As you go through the weeks, you learn to really listen to your body to be able to highlight the foods that are really working for you. And if I don't even have it on your general master grocery list, you start adding more stuff on that's making you feel really good and helping you feel slender. And with that being said, then you end up having a personal master grocery list. And what that does for you is it helps you with prepping your food, having a master grocery list, your personal one, because now your schedule is very streamlined. As soon as you go to the store, you have a list that you know that works for you, that works for your lifestyle. You come home, you gather your food, you clean it. You only prep once. When it's time to cook food, you just pull certain things together because everything's already cut and prepared for you. And you start really learning that how to do this and do it in a strategic way that's going to work for you. Because right now you may be feeling overwhelmed and tired and not knowing how this is all going to work. You get great support. You get checkoff lists. You learn how to decrease your stress factor. You learn how to de-bloat yourself so you feel skinny. You feel like your aging factor is actually your skin starts to tighten up and shine. Your whites in your eyes get more clearer. You also get support on a checkoff list and how to build a great workout schedule so that you're committing to yourself. So like we did today, where you were working with, in your schedule and what's going to work for you and how you're going to add it and commit to yourself. That's what happens with Fit Camp. If this sounds great to you, I want you to go to rondaliebig.com/. Remember, I use the FITT, fit-57. It's 57 for the investment. If you go to this general, which is my regular logo, that is $97. So you see that? You can jump in by just being with me today and spending time. I would love to see you there. Has 3 parts to it. We talked about the sabotages. So woman feeling very clear, very relaxed with herself. Talking about finding your center and working out. This is a woman doing meditation. That might be something you'll be adding through the 2 weeks. It just depends on where you're at in your health journey, or it's going to be working out really hard and doing more workouts than you normally do. In the coaching that we have together, we're going to be talking about your food, and we're going to be talking about mental sabotages. But you're going to be doing all 3 of these parts, so it's going to be a big jump start. If that sounds good to you, rondaliebig.com/fit with a double T -57. This is for you if you're ready to add excitement into your workouts, ready to decrease your aging factor like we talked about, ready to learn how to eat to increase skinny. What are those foods that slim you down instantly? If you haven't found them yet, believe me, you're going to find it in the 2 weeks. Ready to decrease the stress factor. Ready to learn weight loss tools to keep weight off permanently. Ready to learn how to burn fat fast through eating life balance. Now, a couple of these we've already talked about today, which was having your morning ritual or having your evening ritual. And having it daily so that it helps you and supports you with all the changes you want to make, because you want those mental sabotages to be left behind. And this is stuff that just gets us stuck because things happened when we were younger and we have maybe insecurities that we don't even know that we have. So get in control of this. And that would be Fit Camp. If you're ready, you want to go to rondaliebig.com fit-57. This is threaded through the year each month. In between the holidays, we're getting right into the holidays. October 13th is the next one. Step in for the investment of 57 instead of 97. And in November, right before Thanksgiving, and in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, December 8th, you can choose any day right here. So the first thing is to go to this website. Pick on which date you want. This is for the beginning for the 2 weeks, and then click sign up now. All right, I am hoping that you got what you were looking for when you came in, and it's all about adding your daily ritual. Your following steps are to get your ritual up and going. If it's the evening, I want to see you doing it tonight. I'd love to hear from you. If you are anywhere on social media, make sure you find me at Rhonda Liebig Health Coach. I want to hear from you and how your ritual is. Go through and what works for you, and then what the fit process is, I want you to reevaluate it. As you go along, is this what works for you, or do you need to make some tweaks here and there? So you have a wonderful fit day. I appreciate you being with me, and if you're catching this in recording, I'll catch up with you soon. Go to the rondaliebig.com fit-57, and I'll see you on the other side. Have a wonderful day.